Welcome back to a special episode of Losses Above Replacement. I'm your favorite co-host and host today's episode, Matthias Altman Kurosaki. With me, as always, we have Alex Clark and Ryan Splash Potts. And gentlemen, it is a special episode of LAR. It is our 2025 War Draft. We do this every year where we select all 9 positions plus a reliever, DH, and a rookie that we think will have the highest wins above replacement throughout the season, sort of averaging out Baseball Reference and Fangraphs WAR. So, Alex, why don't you explain to us how we're going to be doing it this year?
All right, sounds good. As the winner of the first War Draft, I'll get into this here. So how we've done this here is that we have random number generated for the 3 of us, our positions for this. Mac will have the first selection. I will have the second selection, and Splash will have the third selection in the first round. Then for the second round, Mac will go to the back of the line, and so that it goes 2, 3, 1. It'll go Alex, Splash, Mac, and then one more time for the third round, so it'll be Splash, Mac, Alex. And it'll keep going out that way all the way through the draft. We've also done a random number generator for the positions here. So each round, it's not going to be like, oh, round 1, I take Judge and then Bobby Witt. No, it's going, the positions have already been selected for us. And we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We figured it that way, just so there's a little bit more of an element of randomness to it and not just naming the top 50 players over and over. So with that being said, we have our list here. We can also throw it back a little quick here to last year's draft. And the reason why Mac is hosting this year's draft is because he was the winner of the 2024.
I'm not letting my crown go, okay?
I mean, I barely lost my crown. I understand though, because I won the first one. Splash, where's your win again?
Right here, right now, boys and girls.
Okay, we'll see how far that goes. But we have the list here of the positions that we're going to go with. So I will hand it back to Mac to officially start this draft.
All right, and we're going to start things off with the rookie position, which I think is always the most difficult to figure out. I was saying that during our awards predictions, not very easy. And to start things out, I'm going to go with my rookie of the year pick in the American League. I'm going with Roman Anthony. I don't know if he's actually beginning the year in the majors, but I think he's going to play enough and be very valuable for the Red Sox. So I'm going Roman Anthony. Yeah,
that makes my pick that easy. I'm going to go with my NL rookie of the year pick here. I'm going with Roki Sasaki. I know that, he's probably not going to pitch, even 150, 160 innings, but he's still going to be very strong in that case.
Fellas, I just won this. Thank you, Dylan Cruz. Welcome to the team, buddy.
I mean, funny enough, considering the fact of you were saying during podcast that you see Dylan Cruz as maybe like a 2 to 3 WAR win player.
Yeah, he is at least going to start the season in the majors, unlike Roman Anthony, and I trust that he will play 162 games, unlike Roki Sasaki.
Well, yeah, Roki Sasaki isn't playing 162 games because he is
he's a pitcher. Duh.
He is a pitcher.
Yeah. Speaking of pitchers, our next position, and Alex, you'll be going first on this one. Relief pitcher, another tough one.
Yeah. So this is one I could be the homer and take who I actually had as my number 1 reliever going into this year. Would that be smart? No. But I'm doing it anyway. It's Andres Munoz. Let's go, baby! Oh, I think that Munoz is going to have the absolute breakout year of the century here on this, where he will become the number 1 closer in baseball.
All right, Splash.
Once again, thank you. Give me Mason Miller.
I was
legend, just going to strike everybody out. Yeah, we're all good.
Man, I was really hoping you'd let that one slip. But I will go with I'm actually going to go with my number 4 reliever from this year. I'm going with Griffin Jacks, who might not be a closer this year, but it's pretty darn good.
I am dumbfounded that none of us took Emmanuel Clase.
It's just tough with Clase because he literally had like the best possible season I think he could have, and I just don't see him doing that again.
That's fair. That's fair.
Same with all the Guardians relievers.
But. To fact check, I guess he was last year Clase. Why can't I? Oh, innings. Last year Clase had. Where is Clase? He had 2.2 Fangraphs WAR. So for context, Cade Smith on his own team, a 1.91 WAR, or 1.91 ERA, had more WAR. Griffin Jacks had more WAR. His ERA was over 2. Ryan Helsley, same amount of WAR. His ERA was over 2. Andres Munoz, 0.7 WAR. Good job, buddy. Jeff Hoffman, 2 WAR. So
exactly.
It's just one of those things at times. Mason Miller, 2.3 WAR. So
yeah,
reliever WAR is always strange. That was just
it's tough. WAR. Pitcher WAR in general, I think it's tough.
Yeah.
But Splash, you're up next. You got the. You got pretty lucky here, I think. Right field is your, DH is your position. That's what I meant.
It is DH.
DH.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. 2025 NL MVP Shohei Ohtani.
All right.
That was pretty easy. All right, Matt, you get to go next.
Fair. All right, I'm going with the second best designated hitter, Yordan Alvarez.
Yeah, that makes my life a lot harder. Because I really don't even know that many DHs that I'm like really sold on at this point.
You can go Daniel Vogelbach.
Yeah, Daniel Vogelbach.
I mean, to be fair, I could go with Mariner, legend now, and Rowdy Tellez. But I'm actually not trying to think back to our predictions for the top 5 DHs. I'm trying to remember who's even on the list.
And to be clear, we let's say you chose Byron Buxton, who was a DH 2 years ago. He's a center fielder this year. We would confer if that's a valid selection. Alvarez, valid selection. Ohtani, valid selection. No issues there. So just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I'm just going through my quick list here so then I know what is available to honestly be picked because I'm still not 100%.
And to be clear, if there's, say, Alvarez will play some left field, we're counting that counts. Like this isn't just as a DH or Mookie Betts last year. I think he was drafted as a second baseman, if memory serves. Yeah, he was drafted as a second baseman. So his production at shortstop counted, his production in the outfield counted, but his just primary position to start the year was second base.
Okay. All right. I think I got my pick because I'm pretty sure he's going to be mostly playing DH. And you guys can tell me if I'm wrong on this. I'll go with Brett Rooker.
Yep. Valid for me.
Okay. I had a feeling that was going to be the valid answer. Yep. All right. Well, I think
I was doing some double checking to make sure because I know he's primarily an outfielder, but we'll still give you a lot of DH this year.
All right. So right field is my position then. And I think I struck gold here. I'm taking Aaron Judge.
Yeah, no, I think that's
second year in a row I've had Judge on my team. So,
well, I'm gonna go in for right field, and I'm taking a big risk because hopefully this man is healthy. It's Mike Trout.
That is a risk indeed.
Especially a risk given you gave me freaking Juan Soto.
Yeah,
I thought Juan Soto was listed as a left fielder.
No, he's a right fielder, man.
Nimmo plays left.
Wait a second, because I was under the impression that we put Soto in left.
No,
Soto was ranked as a right fielder this year.
And actually, none of us had Trout in our list, and all of us, I think, had Soto too, right?
Yep, correct.
Why do I vividly remember we put him in left then?
I think you tried to gaslight him into being a left fielder last year, and both Mac and I looked at you like you had 10 heads.
Oh, man.
All right, fair enough then. Yeah. All right, cool.
My team is the greatest team ever assembled.
Incorrect. You have Dylan Cruz. Anyway.
All right. Next up. Okay. Alex, you're picking a second baseman now.
Ooh, second base is a weird one again this year. So there's a few different names that are going through my head. But let's take a look. See. I think we classified this man. Please let me know if I'm wrong. Did we classify Ketel Marte as a second baseman?
Yes, he's a second baseman.
Then I'm going with Ketel Marte.
All right, Ketel Marte. He featured in our trivia segment in the podcast you can listen to right after you finish watching this. Definitely. I get the second pick at second base. It kind of worked for me last year. I'm going to dive into the same well this year, Andres Jimenez.
Okay, fair enough.
Oof. I'm going to go with Mr. plays every single day, I guess. Marcus Semien.
Good pick. Good pick.
Yeah, I know it's kind of a risk coming off a down year, but I'm a big Marcus Semien fan.
Good pick.
All right, Splash, it's now your turn, and you are picking left fielder.
Man, what a goofy position.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. I am going to take one. I'm going to take White Langford.
Oh, wow. It's a bold
That
prediction.
He was really good at the end of last season. I know I didn't rank him that highly in my left fielder list. I don't even think
he was like first off for me.
Yeah, he was either right at the bottom or in my honorable mentions, but I'll take Wyatt Langford.
Yeah, so I'm also not taking the guy I ranked number 1. I'm taking Riley Green. I'm honestly surprised Splash didn't take him.
That was a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah. For my left field, then I'm going to go with I just really like how this guy plays here. I think he's going to do really well again this year. We're going to go into the Quantum realm with Stephen Kwan.
All right, feasible picks all around.
Interesting how none of us took the guy we ranked number 1.
All right.
Anyway, so I'm up next, and for shortstop, sacrilegious again, not picking the guy from the Mets, but I'm taking Bobby Witt Jr.
All right.
Yep, that absolutely tracks. That gives me the guy from the Mets here, and that's
Mets, baby. Let's talk about the Mets.
Because remember, it's not always about the war there, Splash. It's about the Mets, baby. Love the Mets. Come on, hit a home run, baby. Let's go, Mets.
So Francisco Lindor?
Correct.
Yeah, Lindor.
Okay. Pick. All right. This is a tough one. I have a couple options, and as the last pick, I can kind of milk this a little bit. Gunnar Henderson, currently hurt. Corey Seager, my AL MVP pick. Ellie De La Cruz. Mookie Betts. Ooh, this is a tough one. I am gonna, you know what? I'm gonna back my kahunas here. I'm gonna go Corey Seager.
All right, good pick. I think
I like that. That's a solid pick.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gunnar.
Right. Yeah. It's shortstop is such a deep position. So
it is a very deep position.
Yeah. All right, Alex, moving over to you. Center field.
Do I need to say it?
Julio. Yeah.
I'm taking J-Rod. It's the J-Rod show this year, boys.
All right. Tough decisions here. I actually trust that he's going to walk a little bit more than my alternate choice. I'm going to go Jackson Merrill.
No, that was going to be my pick.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay. I was really hoping you'd let him slide to my spot. I'm actually, I'm going to go with this might be a risky pick, but I'm going with Pete Crow Armstrong.
Ooh,
wow,
I'm banking on a big season from PCA, man.
You broke my graphic.
I also partially did it just to see what would happen when you put a hyphenated name in there.
Bad things. Okay, we're good. Okay.
All right.
Splash. Good pick, Mac. Good pick.
Yeah. Splash, first base is yours.
Bryce Harper. This is a very easy pick for me.
Yeah.
Bryce Harper.
Yeah, that's fair.
I know other players exist. I know. Bryce Harper.
Yeah, I'll take another player, Vlad Guerrero Jr.
Yeah, that was
contract year Vlad. Let's see what happens.
Contract Vladdy. I got a few names here, but I think I'm gonna go with my easy one here. I'm gonna go Freddie Freeman.
All right, Mac, back to you, buddy.
All right. My position is starting pitcher. So many options here. I'm going to go with Paul Skeens.
Yeah, gee, wonder why.
To be expected. And ironically, you were the one that did not have him number 1 in your pitcher list.
Yeah, I know. I had him at number 3. I understand.
I mean, I did take Merrill over Michael Harris, but that's okay.
That's fair. Yeah. All right,
Alex.
You know what? I'm gonna hold true. I'm gonna be my man of my word here. I'm going Logan Gilbert.
That's fair.
Okay.
Of the Mariners starters, I think he's the most.
Look, I'm going to have a lot of Mariners on my list, and I'm okay with this.
And I will take Mr. .7 whip in the playoffs, Zach Wheeler.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Alex. Catcher.
Oh God, you don't even have to say the name.
Yeah.
Catcher for me, I'll go Adley Rutschman.
Big dumb burr. Let's go.
All right, catcher for you, Mac.
All right, I'll go with the safe pick and take William Contreras.
Ooh, underrated pick, in my opinion, Wilson Contreras at first base.
I was going to say he's not a catcher anymore, but yeah.
But at first base, I think he could have a nice season, especially if he played like a little smidgen of catcher and helped out the positional value of that a little bit. I don't know. I doubt that happens, but who knows?
All right, Splash finishes out with third base.
Third base, this is a very easy pick. It's Jose Ramirez.
Yeah, J-Ram's the easy one here.
All right, and I'm going to go with the guy, at least I ranked second, Matt Chapman.
Yep. So I think there's some obviously good answers here. Like Bregman's one of them, but I'm gonna go off the rails a bit here on this. I'm gonna go Isaac Paredes.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Like here's the thing. I was making this argument earlier. He with the charity boxes out in the left here. He is going to mash. He is going to hit 40+ home runs this season.
Okay. I see the vision.
Insane. Yeah,
I think if I were in that situation, I would have taken Austin Riley or Alex Bregman.
That's fair. Yeah. But I wanted to have a little bit more, wild card in there.
Paredes is I respect it. I respect the pick. I respect it. Very similar to the Pete Crow Armstrong pick. Yep. I back PCA a little bit more because I see the vision there. But yeah, I like Paredes as like an off the board, sort of off the wall pick.
I wanted to have a little bit of fun with it, even if it meant taking an Astro. I mean, I'm honestly scared of Isaac Paredes this year.
And I see that Mac basically drafted the 2021 Blue Jays infield.
I mean, look, that was. I mean,
yeah, it's fair.
They were supposed to win the World Series, man.
Yeah,
there's something about a movie. Something about a movie.
The trailer for that movie, man.
The trailer was great. The problem is the movie ended up being the Cats the musical.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tough scenes.
That's it got.
I mean, to be fair, that just means that I'm going to beat Mac because you drafted the Blue Jays and I have the Blue Jay killer in Cal Raleigh.
That's
so
true.
I think that movie probably got about a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's not very good.
Right. Yeah.
Any big takeaways? Just looking at the draft board,
I think Splash got a really good draft here. And honestly, to be fair, if I had still remember that Soto was a right fielder, I definitely would have taken him. But I'm not mad about the Mike Trout pick either because I still think that if we get a full season of healthy Mike Trout, the dude is one of the best in the game.
Oh, absolutely. He's just worse than Soto now.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Absolutely.
Unfortunately.
I also know I went very homer on this, and it's okay because the Mariners will win the 2025 World Series, and all of my players are going to do amazingly well.
Yeah, Mac and I had none of our teams.
Yeah, I had to be the homer for you guys. It's fine.
I really wanted to take Soto and Lindor, but for the purposes of trying to win this draft, I had to go.
For the
go in different directions.
I took Andres Munoz as the first closer.
It was difficult. To say the least, but
I don't have to worry about any. If my players break, it doesn't affect the Braves. So
exactly,
all my players break, I am depressed.
That is a positive. Although I do have a couple Rangers, so if they don't actually win the division, that would kind of be a bummer.
Well, also that I win the division because the Mariners will win the division.
But hey, I have two Phillies, so if they don't win the division, I have Soto and Ohtani. If they suck, that's good for the Braves.
We'll see about that.
Fair enough.
Let us know what you think down below in the comments section. And also tell us on Twitter at LAR_baseball. And obviously, you can tell us individually at Mr. Splashman19 for Splash, at the Sports Guy 242 for Alex, and at Matthias_A_K for myself. But for everyone at LAR, that is our 2025 War Draft. So we will be keeping up with this all year long, and we will crown another winner at the end of the season. But thank you all for tuning in. Stay safe, and I hope to see you all real soon.
See ya.